Hey, Michael Lichter back for Dennis Kirk. I'm here at Cook's Corner before Born Free. It's Friday night, and tonight's the big night where they pick the People's Champ for a bike to get to the invited builder circle. It's the last bike to go in. That's sponsored by Builtwell. But I'm out here in the parking lot, and I met somebody. I saw him, and the bike looked so cool, and it turns out there's a great story, as there is behind every bike. But I'm going to introduce you now to Jay Martin, also better known as Dirty. So this is Dirty here.
How you doing?
So, Dirty, I want you to tell me a little bit about this. I mean, you went by me and I saw this bike and I thought, that is a cool looking bike. And then you started telling me a little bit about it, which is amazing.
So basically, the first of my days, Grandpa got this bike from Glendale, Harley-Davidson in '74. And I was a little afraid of the bike. I must have been 5 or 6 at the time. But by '75, he was picking me up from 2nd and 3rd grade on the bike. And years go by and I end up inheriting his bike.
Wow. So tell me what the bike looked like. I mean, right now, how many overs that front end?
So the front end's 10 over.
10 over?
It originally had a wide glide front end on it. But I like this Springer. It's a little sleeker for getting through traffic and whatnot.
But you also said it had the same rake? Same
rake. Everything structurally is the same shape. I reconfigured the pipes and I put a Denver Springer front end on it.
Very cool. Wonderful front end. So how far do you go on this thing?
So the biggest ride I do on this thing is about 1,500 miles. A friend of mine puts on a run called the Lolo Run up out of Boise, Idaho, and up through Montana. You may have heard of it.
Was that just like 6 weeks ago or 2 months ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
Every year around Father's Day.
Danger Dan was on that,
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yep.
I begged him. I said, next year I want to go.
It's a good one.
That sounds awesome. So you love riding this, and it's rigid, and boy, that fender sits tight?
Yeah, it's very comfortable, actually. I've set it up, and it handles pretty well. I can do about 70, 75 on the freeway in the turns. Handles like a peak.
And the shift lever?
The shift, well, that's something I kind of modified. It wasn't there originally. But I modified it to my likes, and it works pretty good.
What about the bell on the front?
The bell on the front, well, that bell on the front has my grandfather's ashes in it. I just kind of did that so he can ride with me whenever I'm doing it.
It's so cool. Well, this bike represents a lot of history.
Yeah, it does. I mean, he used to pick me up from preschool on it, and that's kind of what incentivized me to be into Harleys. And
That's
here we
so
are.
cool. One last question. Your tattoo on your back. What's that
Transient. So,
Transient with a Z.
I tattooed that on my back to inspire myself to keep traveling and always doing this kind of thing. And I've been all over the world so far, and I keep going.
That's awesome. I love the story. Jay, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in.